I love to walk along these mountain paths, find a way to reach the sea. I remember how you used to laugh as we go running.
Hello, I'm Destiny Rael, the host of a new show called Spiritually Speaking. It's going to be a show that is not about preaching or condemnation, but a show that is going to help talk about things in the concept of spirituality, whether it be music, books, in any form. We're going to be doing that on this show. My first guest today is Jesus Garcia, and he is an actor you will, I'm sure, recognize. His latest gig, or acting gig, I should say, was on Without a Trace. He's been on The Lost City, the movie Along Came Polly with Jennifer Aniston. But his latest, most important role, I am now all of a sudden determining, but his most important role is as a co-writer, co-producer, starring actor in a movie that he wrote that is based on a book by John Rogers called Spiritual Warriors. So let's introduce Jesus. Hi, Jesus. Is that how you say it?
Yes, yes.
I want to say Jesus.
Nice to meet you, Dee. Destiny.
You can. Yeah.
That was a great introduction. I loved it.
Thank you. I don't know why I was a little. Anyway, so well, tell us about. You're a spiritual warrior.
Ultimately, everyone is, and I became one, I would say, during the shooting of the movie. It was pretty much, we started in the year 2004. We shot location shots in the Middle East and finished the movie with visual effects, editing, 40 weeks of editing, visual effects 9 months. It was about almost 2 years.
Oh, wow, so a lot of time.
It was a lot of time and a lot of heartache and a lot of excitement and joy, and it teaches you to kind of detach, surrender, and all the universal, I don't call them cliches, but they're all the universal teachings. You pretty much get tested, just in anything in life. So,
obviously, this is the movie that we are talking about, Spiritual Warriors. Is that you?
That's me, and that's the great Robert Easton, who just recently, Forrest Whitaker won Best Actor.
Yes.
He coached Forrest Whitaker. He's a dialect coach, by the way.
Oh, wow.
He coached Forrest Whitaker in the Idi Amin story, the last Scottish king.
Right.
Which is about Idi Amin, and he needed to have that Ugandan accent, I guess. And Robert Easton coached him while we were editing.
Really?
So.
Fantastic. So now this you look different. You don't have all this scruff.
That's great, but I have scruff in the movie.
Oh, in the movie. Well, they'll get to see.
We'll show you a few.
You
and this is the pyramid, the one with the cap on it, and I climbed the other one as a type of initiation in the movie.
You really climbed?
I climbed the big pyramid, not the cap one, the other one in Giza in Egypt. I climbed it as part of the movie. And I had to repeat it because in movie you do coverage. You cover, you go this angle, that angle, that angle. So I climbed it 8 times. So.
Wow, a lot of exercise.
Yes.
So before we get to a clip, I want to make sure that they understand this was based off of this book, but it was more of a personal journey for you. Am I right?
Correct. John Roger is my really dear friend and my teacher, and for 20 some odd years, and we had done these pilgrimage trips to the Middle East, to Egypt and to Israel and Jordan, Syria, and we sat down together in 1999 and wrote this story. And we've been influenced by Matrix, the Christ, the Passion of the Christ, Mel Gibson. So what can we do that's not preachy, not too violent, but kind of fun, and really different? And we definitely hit it. We definitely are unique and different.
So this is not just, obviously it's based on this, but obviously a personal
experience. The book is inspired by the movie, and what the book has is the teachings in the movie.
Okay. No.
And the experiences are mine and some of JR's and some of mine, and what we've done is, we kind of make it, life sometimes is boring. And so you got to make 99 minutes. 99 minutes. You got to make something exciting. You got to put story on, a little obstacle. The hero can't make it. Hero's journey.
Right.
Aha! He decides to do it, and then in the end he sacrifices. And so that's kind of like what we put into it. And there's some stories that are pretty similar in the movie, and that I shared with JR, and we wrote those in. And like everyone has dreams and types of lifetime experiences, and that's what's in the movie. The book are the actual teachings, and you'll see those and you'll hear those in the movie.
Yes, I read the book and I loved it. So,
Yeah.
well, why don't we go to a clip and so they can see what we're talking about, or what you're talking about.
Yeah, this next clip is a really wonderful clip. It speaks for itself. We're in front of the pyramids, and it's an amazing sight to behold.
Okay, well let's run it. Go for it. Clip it.
You are being shown something very important. I don't know when it will happen again.
That was you talking?
The me in you.
You know, at first I didn't want to come here. But now that I'm here, it's amazing.
Of course it is.
I feel so little.
In the words of John Wayne, listen, pilgrim, it takes a lot of courage to find the truth.
I can see why he's a dialect.
Yeah, and what was wonderful is in the movie, I love actors, and so rather than hide his ability to do accents, you know, sometimes a teacher, a mystical person, especially John Roger, when he would teach me, sometimes they were in jokes, funny stories, and I think I've heard throughout my lifetime that most teachers have a great humor, and they're very funny. And so I think Robert Easton, rather than be boring and straight, he threw in a lot of accents. So he did John Wayne there as a joke.
Oh, and now speaking of that clip, what was that? What were
Well, that was after my experience up at the top of the pyramid. I fall and I hear voices. I start this character, mine, I begin to hear voices inside. So before, in the beginning of the movie, I was hearing voices outside. Now I hear him inside.
Okay.
So he's starting, his ability as a warrior is beginning to expand and blossom, and so he will then be able to hear, and then he'll be able to see inwardly.
Oh, now is it basically, if I'm understanding, if you think of really any of us, myself included, where I am on a spiritual journey and I feel like I'm evolving and growing as a person. So my awareness as I go through life experience, and I happen to be a person that is confronting that or looking kind of deeper. So I'm blossoming, and you know, that's kind of my personal goal in life. Is that, in a sense, what your character is
exactly
going through?
It's like, that's why it's spiritual warriors. It's for everyone. Okay. It's plural, right?
Right.
It means many. So it's not just him. And
right.
He is you. He is them. You know, he is you. And what he is that reluctant person that we all are, hero or
right.
warrior, to hear the truth. I mean, I think God speaks to us all the time, and we're kind of like, no, I don't know. Don't go there. Oh, no, I'll go there. Don't drive tonight. I'll drive, you know. And it's that reluctancy to hear. And pretty soon you start to hear, or it turns off. And a lot of the times people take drugs and numb it because they don't want to hear it. Or that intuition, everybody has it. And that intuition is God, and the breath is God, and those things. I mean, it's kind of universal. I'm not saying anything. But the most important key is, are you listening and are you seeing? So that you can, the seeing and the hearing is not always a book. But when you're reading the book, what are the pictures you're seeing in your head?
Well, I think life, I mean, I'm a